Gemma from Generation Strength and welcome to day 20 of the 30-day Strength from Home workout challenge. We're going to be working out every single day for the next 30 days. Today we've got upper body, so we're going to just get right into it. We're going to take the center of the mat and start the warm-up. So feet pointing forward, soft bend in the knees. I'm rotating from side to side, keeping my hips forward, rotating the upper body, taking my elbows fully to the left and then fully to the right. Chest tall, look straight ahead. From here we're going to go down into a squat. We're going to come down and sweep the floor. I take the hips back as if I'm sitting down on a chair. Keep the legs about hip width, shoulder width apart, whatever's more comfortable. I sweep the floor with my fingertips, keeping the knees out, extending the arms up above my head. Full range of motion. Again, nice and slow, coming as low as you can. Stop at the top, change directions. So as I come down, I shift my hips back and keep the weight on the heels as I go up and rotate. Now we're going to take the feet a little bit wider, taking the knees out, coming down into a wide squat, taking the hands up above head, palms are facing each other. I'm reaching up as tall as I can, keeping the shoulders down so I'm not shrugging the shoulders up. Nice hip opener, taking the knees as far out to the side as I can. And I'm going down deep into the center. I'm pushing straight down so I'm not coming forward. My chest is staying up, and I'm pushing up off the heels as I come up. Now center of the mat and do downward dog. From here, bend the knees, back is flat. Bring the right foot forward, take it out to the side. Open up the hips. Opposite hand rotates around. So I'm warming up the shoulder. Taking the shoulder through its full range of motion, keeping the arms straight. As I rotate round, following my thumb, rotating the neck at the same time. Front hip is open and out. Hands back to center, taking the foot back, coming up. Left foot through to the outside of the hand, relax the back foot. Shoulder rotations on the opposite side, opening up the front hip. As I come round, I pull my arm back and get a nice stretch in the front of the shoulder. Sweeping the floor, coming back round. Back to center, take the leg back to downward dog. From here, we're going to walk our feet into our hands, so you're going to bend your knees and jump. Come up slowly, keeping the back straight. Straight into leg swings. Hand behind, feel the glute. Squeeze the glute. Kick the leg forward. As soon as the glute engages, we kick the leg forward so that we're not coming too far back and then hitting the lower back. We're warming up the hips, activating the glute. Nice, slow and controlled movement. Switch sides. So my toe is pointing forward, the leg that's down, my hip is softly bent. Looking straight ahead, keeping my chest up. Kicking the leg back, squeezing the glute, and propelling it forward. Last warm-up move, ankle flexibility. Come close to the wall, split stance. Bring the knee into the wall till you almost touch. Keep the heel down. Take the knee to the outside of the foot towards the little toe into the midfoot. Hold it at the end. So when you're close to the wall, hold it for a second. Helps to increase ankle flexibility. Switch sides. So again, I take the knee to mid-foot, I take the knee out to the little toe, and I keep the heel down. Hold it a little bit close to the wall so I can get full ankle flexibility. One more. Okay, grab a drink, warm up done. We're going to go straight into the exercises. So we've got 45 seconds on, 45 seconds rest. We're going to be doing 6 exercises. We've got 3 rounds. We're going to start with a tabletop to posterior bridge. So you're going to be in a century mat, tabletop position, knees stacked, joints stacked. From here, you're going to bring the foot to the hand, rotate round, come up, squeezing the glute. So I take my foot to the hand. As I come down, I take the hips back and down, and then come up. Okay, modification exercise for this would be just a posterior bridge. So you're here, hands out at the side, coming up, squeezing the glutes at the top, taking the hips back down.
Halfway there.
Our more difficult version, we're here, tabletop position, bring the hand through. My toes pointing in the same direction towards the wall as I come up. And then I reverse the movement. I'm here, the hips come up, and I take the hips down so the bum is close to the floor, and then I switch. Next we've got Scapula Holds. So we're going to be working out the back. 2 options, we can take the feet down, we can have the knees up. If you have a little bit of pressure in the lower back, or you've got anterior pelvic tilt, keep the knees up so that you can force the lower back into the ground. Otherwise, we can go down, keep the legs flat, but make sure again that the lower back is pushed down into the mat. Okay, from here we're going to have our elbows to the side. We're going to come up, we're going to squeeze our upper back muscles, we're going to go back down. I'm driving the elbows down into the mat and I'm coming up. So you shouldn't feel this very much in the neck or the upper back. If you do feel it in the neck, chances are you're shrugging up, so try to make sure that there's more space between your neck and your shoulders. Think about driving the elbows down into the mat and lifting your head up and away from your shoulders. As I come up, I squeeze the core. I'm going to hold it here for 2 seconds, then I'm going to go back down. Hold at the top. Now we've got inchworm knee taps to push up. So come to the end of the mat, we're going to come down. Keep the back nice and flat, hands come down into the mat, I walk forward. From here I'm shifting my weight forward so I'm in a plank position, I'm tapping the knee, tapping the other knee, and then double tap down together, and I'm going to come down into a push-up. And then back up. So 15 seconds left for your rest. Again, bend here. Bend the knees a little bit if you can't reach the floor without bending the back. So I come forward, making sure that my back is straight, and then I'm walking my hands out, hands over, I'm dropping the knee, dropping both, bringing the elbows in, so I'm not flaring them out. My head is down, and then I'm coming back up to the inchworm. I'm coming up halfway, loading the hamstrings, keeping the back nice and flat. Back down, hands on, walking the hands out, nice plank position, tap the knee down, tap the knee. Down from here, I tuck the chin,
Halfway there.
and come back up. Knee tap, double knee tap, down. From here we've got reverse snow angels, so we're going to come down onto the mat. I'm going to engage the glutes, so squeeze the glutes, but make sure that we're not coming up and arching the back. From here, the hands are out in front. Move away from the pad. So from here, my chest is slightly up. I'm squeezing the glute, but I'm not putting pressure on the lower back. I'm hovering, taking the hands out, holding here, and then back, ahead. Making sure that you're not shrugging your arms forward, that there's space, so I'm depressing the shoulder blades. I'm shrugging my shoulders away from my neck. Squeezing the bum. You want to take the hands as high as you can. If you don't have the best shoulder range of motion or upper back range of motion, you might find your hands are a bit lower and they're here. Just work your range of motion. Come here, try and bring the hands up a little bit and then coming out. Looking slightly ahead, but I'm not looking up, I'm not putting extra pressure on the neck. At the end, I'm bringing my shoulder blades together and I'm squeezing, slightly bringing them up. From here, we're going to a tricep dip to march. So, hands are facing my feet. I'm bringing the shoulders back and down. From here, I'm coming down so that my elbows are bent and coming up, so I'm working the back of the arms. Then I'm bringing up the hips to engage the glutes, and then I'm doing a march. So, down, bringing the glutes up, and then I'm marching. So as you come up, you're pushing off the heels. So down, push up off the heels. So I'm engaging the glutes, and now I'm up. Let the hips come down, arms straight. Now take the glutes up. So essentially 3 moves. We're going to go down into the tricep, up into the bridge, halfway there, and then into the march. Try to relax the neck, look up or back, whatever's more comfortable for you. 10 seconds. Rest. From here, we're going to come to a wall slide, so we're going to be against the wall. 2 options for this one. We can either be on the floor and relax. This is the modified version, the easier version of taking my hips out. I'm opening up the hips. Everything is touching the wall. My lower back, my upper back, my head, and my arms. So the back of my arms are rotating up and I'm going up as far as I can. More difficult version is what we're going to hold a squat in this position. So we can be here. Obviously we want to make it harder, we come lower down. So here I'm pushing everything into the wall. I'm slamming the hands up. This is a great move if you spend a lot of time sitting, a lot of time in front of the computer, because we are arched forward. Then the upper back and the spine come a little bit out of alignment and start to round. This is going to help increase your extension in your thoracic spine, so it's just overall going to give you better posture, help reduce neck pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain. So I come down to a 90-degree angle, pushing my lower back into the wall, coming up, keeping my arms in contact with the wall. So one round complete. 2 more rounds. Starting with tabletop to bridge. Remember, modified version, you're just going to be doing the bridge. So hands out to the side, knees bent, pushing up from the heels. I push through the heels, come up and hold, back down and up. As I come up, I'm pushing my my shoulders down, away from my ears so that I'm not in this position. Okay, we think tall and up. Otherwise, we're in the tabletop position, stacking the joints, bringing the foot over the hand is important that you rotate the feet, they're both pointing in the same direction as I come up.
Halfway there.
Take the bum down, same on the other side. So, weight should be on the heels, the foot should be flat on the floor. Okay, don't let the knee rotate in, keep the knees out on both sides. Knees are out and I'm squeezing the glutes. Scapula holds. So come down onto the mat, bending the knees, pushing the lower back into the floor. From here I'm driving my elbows down and I'm sitting up. As I do this, focus on bringing the shoulder blades together as if I'm bringing my elbows together. That's going to cue you to engage your upper back instead of engaging your neck at the top. As we come up, we want to stick the chest down. We want to create as much space as we can here. A lot of the times people will come up and they'll round the shoulders forward. So in order to do that, instead of thinking coming up and rounding, thinking I'm just pushing my hands into the ground and I'm coming up. As opposed to here. So elbows down, coming up, pushing my chest out, squeezing my shoulder blades together, holding at the top, 1, 2, back down to reset, 1, 2, squeeze the core as you come up, squeezing the shoulder blades as well.
10 seconds.
Remember, keep the shoulders back, open up the chest. Third exercise, inchworms again. So to make it a little bit more challenging, we can come down, knee tap, full push up, and then we can come back up. Modified version, we're going to do the push-ups on the knee. So we come down, very important that the back stays straight. If I can't reach the floor here without rounding, I can bend the knees to touch the floor, or I can come forward. Walk the hands out, my hips are straight so I'm not rotating from side to side. Here, we want the shoulders to be over the wrist. I tap, and then I come down into the kneeling push-up. Come back up, and then I take the feet back up. Come up only halfway, loading the hamstrings, keeping the back flat. Walking the hands out. Right plank, knee tap, down. Keep the elbows in. Relax the feet, come down. As I go up, I try and engage the core so I'm not rotating from side to side to come up. So squeeze the core as we come up. So I'm here, I'm tap. Keep the chin in. Squeeze the core so I'm not rocking from side to side. Come up. Back down. Next one, we've got snow angels again, reverse snow angels. Bring them up a little further away. So I'm lying on my front, engaging the bum, so I'm squeezing the bum. Try not to squeeze the lower back. We want to push the pelvis into the floor. So I'm essentially posteriorly tilting. So we'll hold it here, have the hands up. As I come back, I squeeze the shoulder blades together. I can slightly bring myself up so my chest is a little further up, but again, we don't want to be engaging the lower back too much. Squeeze at the top. Think about your arms being pulled away from you, and then your shoulder blades coming together so we don't have tension in the upper neck. So remember, your arms right in front, try and bring them a little bit higher. squeeze at the top.
10 seconds.
Squeeze, hold. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the shoulders. Tricep dips to march. So we have a longer rest period today so that exercises aren't as cardiovascular demanding. We're not going to be out of breath, but they are difficult strength exercises, so you're going to feel the difference between when we're doing cardio-based HIIT sessions and when we're doing strength training. It's going to be hurting, but it's a different kind of hurt. I'm not breathing too heavily, but my muscles are tired. So tricep dips, hands facing in line with the feet, bringing the shoulders back and down, so I'm essentially making myself tall. Down, coming up to the glute bridge, bringing the knees in. So from here the hips drop down, pushing off the palm of my hand, up, coming up into the glute bridge. As I come up into the glute bridge, I want to make sure that I'm pushing off the heel until I squeeze the glute. I don't want to come too high. Keep the hips down and the ribs down. Up.
10 seconds.
Up. Last exercise. Let's stick around. Coming against the wall. Remember, modified version, we can be standing up, elbows bent at 90 degrees, taking the arms up above the head, making sure that the lower back is on the wall. When we're coming up, we don't want to be extending here. So, if your lower back is coming off the wall when you get to here, that's your end range of motion. Don't bring it off to come up all the way up. Just work to your end range of motion. You're pushing your hands into the wall as if you're trying to push the wall away from you. So it's really engaging the upper back. It doesn't look like a difficult move, but if you do it right, it should hurt.
Let's go.
Hurt in the sense that you know what it feels like, you know that it's working. So here I can make it a little more challenging, coming down into a squat position, pushing my body against the wall, coming up. So my lower back is pressed in to the wall, my upper back, my head is touching it. Coming up,
Halfway there.
bringing the arms together as much as I can. Really push against the wall. Try not to shrug up when you get to the top. Don't bring up the shoulders. Keeping the shoulders down.
Rest.
All right, 2 rounds done. Last round. So remember, we're going to tabletop bridge. So from the side, it's going to look like this. So my joints are stacked over one another. I'm bringing the foot through, so it's essentially going where my hand is. From here, I'm pivoting and I'm turning so my feet are both in the same direction. Sometimes people want to bring one foot one way or bring the foot in. We want stable base, so on the heel. From here, my hips are coming up, I'm driving through the heel, so my hips are straight. And I'm engaging the glute molding at the top. So again, changing the hand, coming up, squeezing the glutes, back. Don't let the knee come in, keep the knees drive out to the side. Remember, modified version, you're just going to be going up into the posterior bridge, similar to what we do with the tricep exercise. Oh, my timer stopped. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. These things need charging, apparently. Okay, so we're going to go straight back into the tabletop bridge. So from here, remember, rotating the foot round, both feet in the same direction, foot planted, up off the heels and up, back down. If I push through the heels, I squeeze the bum, I come down, I bring the foot back to where it was, put the hand down. Remember, modified version, we're here, hands out to the side, coming up to the bridge, relaxing the head, going back down. Otherwise, tabletop position. Nice swizzle through, come up. Last one. Down onto the mat. Scapula holds for back. So bring the knees up, lower back pushed in. From here I'm coming up, I'm holding, I'm back down. I'm also going to rest. With this one, remember that you want to create as much space as you can between your neck and your shoulder. So when you're coming up, you're pushing the elbows in and you're creating space up here, so don't round the upper back and the shoulders. Think shoulders down and back. Okay, let's start. Up, hold, back down. So we're holding for 2 seconds at the top, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And coming back down, relax the neck. Come up again. Elbows are out on my side, not too far out to the side. Just a little space between the hip and the elbow, coming up.
Halfway there.
Back down, reset, pushing it back into the ground. One more. Then we're going to inchworms, knee taps. So we're going to the edge of the mat. Coming down from the hips, so we're hinging at the hips, taking the hips back so my legs are nice and straight, my back is straight. I'm coming down to touch the floor. If I can't, I'm bending the knees. I'm walking the hands out, keeping my spine still, so I'm trying to not rotate from the hips. From here, I'm in a push-up position. I'm tapping the knee down, tapping the other knee down, and then both. Keeping the elbows in, drawing in the chin, so that my chin is touching the floor first. Okay, so we're not leading with the forehead down into the push-up. So we're down, back straight, walk the hands out. Knee tap, knee tap. We can make it a bit harder keeping up on the feet and doing the push-up. Or we can go down to a double knee. Walk the hands out, stack the joints, come forward, knee tap, make a double chin. So if anything's touching the mat, it should be the chin, it shouldn't be the forehead. Knee tap, squeeze the core as I come down, pushing up, back straight, and up. Okay, reverse snow angels, we've got 2 more moves after this one, and then we've finished. So coming down to the mat, remember we're squeezing the glutes, but we're tilting it, so instead of having the lower back, here we're pushing the glutes down into the mat, so the back is nice and flat and I'm engaging. The hands are out in front. Okay. And then, every time I touch the wall, it helps here. And as I'm here, I come up, bring the chest off the mat slightly. Bringing the shoulder blades together, and I'm creating space as this one is pulling me back away. So I suppose it's like a breaststroke with swimming actually, but also a snow angel. Hands out in front, arms fully extended back, squeeze the back muscles together. Squeeze the bum, pushing the front of the pelvis into the floor. Okay, so that way you shouldn't feel it in the lower back.
Rest.
Tricep dips to march. So we're sitting tall, and then we're bringing the shoulders back. Okay, so my back is straight, I'm not rounding forward. From here, I'm bringing the feet slightly in. I'm driving up through the heels. So this is my start position. I'm coming down, bending at the elbow, pushing up, straightening the elbow, feeling the back of the tricep, coming up into a bridge, and then I'm marching in. Drop the hips back down. So hands are facing feet. Bring the shoulder blades together, pushing down. Hip up. Hips up. So 3 movements. Down, up into the bridge, and into the march. Relax the neck. Just tiring on the last round. Last 10 seconds. Oh. Last one, wall slides. So we're going to be working the upper back. We're going to help extend the upper back. So we're coming against the wall. Now a modified version where we're high, pushing the lower back into the wall. Hands at the side. Notice we bending the elbow, we don't have to go much lower. Taking the arms up above the head. Everything's in contact with the wall. My chin is tucked, so my head is touching. Almost like making a double chin. Again, we want to make it a little bit more challenging. We can come down into a deep squat. So I'm pushing my forearms into the wall as I bring the arm up, keeping the space between my ear and my shoulder. I don't want to shrug up. We're reaching the arms up, but we're not lifting and shrugging the shoulders up.
Halfway there.
Take the arms down to 90 degrees. I'm holding it here, I'm pushing back up. Again, pushing everything against the wall, as much tension as I can so I feel it in the upper back. It should be challenging. If it's not, you're not pushing enough in. Whew. All right, 3 rounds done. Upper body complete. I will see you tomorrow. We have isometric core and glutes. See you there.